minute. But it is a cold day out there. Let's bring in meteorologist Mike Woods. He joins us live from the Weather Center with more on this. Hey, Mike, my goodness, I was not prepared for how cold it was going to be, even though you guys warned us.
We did warn you, and we actually set a couple of record low temperatures this morning, set or tied. That happened. Now we're going in another direction here, Teresa. We do have some clouds over us here, but it's still dry, at least here in the city. However, we are going to see a chance of some snow showers coming through. Right now, temps still below freezing, 28 in Central Park, 30 degrees in Islip. We have lots of clouds here. Snow showers are mainly down to our south, especially near the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., even some light snow over South Jersey. And it looks like some of that's going to come in this direction, but it takes a while. So we'll see a mostly cloudy sky day, a few flurries to the south, but later on tonight and into tomorrow, it does look like snow's trying to get through here. Maybe an icy condition in the overnight hours for us here, Teresa. Lots more on that and well beyond coming up in a bit.
All right, Mike, thank you. All right, so let's go back to the 2026 FIFA World Cup draw. The world is watching, including right here in the Big Apple. We have Fox 5 live team coverage. Ryan Christopher is live with the fans in Times Square. But let's kick things off with Tina Servasio. Hey, Tina, what are you noticing there?
Oh, hello there, Teresa. Well, of course, they always call Times Square the crossroads of the world. And here today, people, specifically soccer fans or football fans from all over the world, are gathering to watch the 2026 FIFA World Cup final draw. What that draw will do, it will take 48 countries and it will put them into 12 groups. And what's so cool about today's event and what's going on behind me right now, we have members of the U.S. men's national soccer team here on hand addressing the fans. Right now, Matt Freese, who is also the goalkeeper for NYCFC, he is talking to the fans right now. And earlier, Matt Turner, the other goalkeeper for the U.S. men's national team, he spoke to the fans. And Matt Turner has experience playing in a World Cup. He played in 2022 in Qatar and had 2 stellar performances in the group stage. So he knows what it's like. But what will be different about this World Cup? It takes place in Canada, Mexico, and right here in the United States of America, all leading up to the World Cup final just across the river from where I'm standing at MetLife Stadium. And that is why today is so critical. So here at this watch party put together by U.S. Soccer and the New York, New Jersey World Cup Host Committee, I spoke to the CEO of the host committee, Alex Lazary, and he really drove home how critical today's World Cup final draw is.
Again, I think we've got our transportation plan that we're going to announce, our security plan that we're going to announce. So, you know, this is a big day and allows us to get to the next phase in our planning. But at the end of the day, this is going to be the biggest event that New York City's ever seen. The World Cup is the world's game, and football is coming to the United States, and most specifically, it's coming to New York City.
I usually eat the same thing.
A couple of things for you to watch for today, and what we will be watching for here, Teresa, on this screen, because the screen has us tapped into the Kennedy Center right now. Of course, who the United States will be playing in their group, which is Group D, but also watch for the groups C, I, E, and L, because nations from that group will play their matches, some of their matches, at MetLife Stadium for the group stage, which begins on June 11th. But really, the excitement of the tournament begins right here today with fans watching in Times Square as the teams are drawn from the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. I'm live with all the soccer fans here, Teresa. I'll now send it back to you in the studio.
Yeah, we see Andrea Bocelli singing behind you as well. And Tina, we can't get any faster to MetLife than we are now. So at least it's a good commute for us.
That is true. We don't have to travel across the world like the other World Cups that we've experienced.
All right, Tina, thank you so much. Okay, so meantime, soccer fans from all over the country are anxiously awaiting to see where Team USA will land in the draw, as you just heard Tina say. Fox 5's Ryan Christopher caught up with fans who are braving the cold as they await this news. Ryan, what are you seeing out there?
Hey, what's up there, Teresa? Well, you can see just behind me, fans lined up waiting for the big draw. We also have the mascot that was just revealed as a dog for Team US. Now, there's no name for that dog as of yet, but somebody who was a dog on the pitch, on the field, Tony Sana, former World Cup player. What's up, Tony? How are you?
How you doing? Excited today. Excited.
Super excited. We see all of the excitement just behind us here, even though it's like the coldest day of the year here in Times Square. How excited are you for Team USA, and any advice for them as they head into the World Cup?
You know, I would just say we're excited. Home court advantage, home field advantage. Don't peak too early. I think we're getting our stride. Don't get too overconfident. But nothing really matters until the last day, right? So be ready in June and take your time and enjoy this moment because it's going to last forever.
Yeah, and you see all the fans just behind you. They're throwing around all of their excitement back there, you can see. But let's talk a little bit about what this draw means for you as a player. What's going through your mind?
Well, I think, it's, as a player, a couple of things, right? I think people don't realize the off-the-field stuff, right? So when the draw comes out, like, it's when you get all the phone calls from your family, booking hotel rooms, travel, where they're going to be, asking you a million questions. For you, the preparation really starts. You'll start to do film on the opponents that you're going to play against. So you have 5-6 months to start planning. Positionally, if there's a player that you're going to play against, you might start watching his club games, try to get habits. So just give him more information, more time to do as much homework as you can so you're ready when the time comes.
We appreciate it, Tony Sana. Thank you for your time here on Fox 5 here on the Noon. And we have a young group of players right here. What's up, fellas? How you guys doing? Whereabouts are you from?
From Ecuador.
Ecuador?
Mexico.
Morocco.
Georgia. Mexico.
China.
Georgia.
And you guys play where? In Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Brooklyn in the house right here. Tell me a little bit about your soccer club and what it means for you guys to be here during the draw.
I play for Brooklyn Premier, and I feel very happy down here. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
All right. Well, everybody's very excited, guys. Can we get a little Team USA chant going? A little USA?
USA! 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 USA!
There you go, Teresa. USA right here. We're in Times Square. We'll send it back to you.
See if you can get the rest of the crowd to start that chant too.
Oh, yeah, I know. All right, let's try it again. USA!
USA! USA! USA! USA!
That's more like it.
USA!
That's a little better.
Thank you, Ryan. We appreciate it. That's the Fox 5 way. All right. Turning now to other news. President Trump on hand for the draw, of course. He walked the red carpet with FIFA's president. Trump responded to rumors that he may have been given the inaugural FIFA Peace Prize, saying it would be a great honor. He also said he will, of course, be rooting for Team USA in the Cup. He says he believes that we have a chance despite the stiff competition. And remember, Fox 5 is also your home for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. We have stories and features leading up to the big event. The other big story of the day, there has been drama at the courthouse in Lower Manhattan. Next at noon, why Luigi Mangione isn't back in court today, plus what's next when his hearing resumes. And a vote from the Federal Vaccine Advisory Committee about when babies should get the Hep B vaccine. Developing news, the Federal Vaccine Advisory Committee just voting to end the long-standing recommendation that all babies must get the Hep V vaccine the day they're born. Instead, the committee decided to recommend the birth dose to babies whose mothers tested positive. For other babies, it'll be up to the doctors and the parents to decide if the birth dose is appropriate. Now, the committee was appointed by Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He's a leading anti-vaccine activist. The committee also said the risk of babies getting infected with Hep B is very low, and they felt the research into infants getting the vaccine was inadequate. However, for decades, the shots have been widely considered to be a public health success. Luigi Mangione is apparently sick. He and his lawyers were supposed to be back in court this morning for day 4 of his suppression hearing, but it's been canceled. Fox 5's Michelle Ross has more from Manhattan Criminal Court. This was a surprise to everybody, Michelle.
That's right, Teresa, and they also did not elaborate. His lawyers did not elaborate. All we know is that Luigi is sick and that court will resume on Monday. But to recap the week, we saw some key pieces of evidence in that courtroom throughout this week, some of that including the 911 phone call that led to his arrest, also the body-worn camera footage of the arrest in that McDonald's, and also transportation tickets that were dated on the day of the shooting. Some of those include a Philadelphia SEPTA train ticket. SEPTA is the subway system in Philadelphia. That was timestamped for 1:06 p.m. on December 4th, again the day of the shooting, and then a Greyhound bus ticket for the same day for travel from Philly, departing at 6:30 p.m., arriving in Pittsburgh at 11:55 p.m. And there was a name on that Greyhound bus ticket. It was named Sam Dawson. And lastly, the McDonald's manager in Altoona that made the call to police.
Well, he has his beanie pulled down, so the only thing you can see is his eyebrows, because I tried to Google it. I could try to calm them down a little bit. And I'm like, guys, it's kind of hard to tell with his eyes and his eyebrows. I was like, I don't know what to do here, guys.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
And then I tried to call the non-emergency number and it just kept ringing, so I was like...
Yeah, they don't always answer that. If they're on another line, they won't answer it.
Now, I'm joined here with Robin Nunn, a trial attorney. Thank you so much, Robin, for joining us out in this cold today. Now, I want to tell you, of course, the point of this suppression hearing is for the defense to possibly suppress evidence from entering into trial. And some of that includes part of the Miranda rights that were read to him 19 minutes later. The defense is not happy about that. So do you think it should have been read to him earlier than 19 minutes?
Yeah, that's a really tough call. I mean, in Law School 101 in Crim Pro, you sort of learn that custody is a really big issue and what that means. And the question is really going to be whether he could have left that circumstance or not. From what I saw, it doesn't sound like that could be, but I think what we're hearing over the next few days is going to be about that and the circumstances of that conversation and that sort of 19 minutes that took place. Because the prosecution really wants to get in the fact that he used this fake ID, that he sort of alluded to answering the questions honestly, and that's going to be a big piece of incriminating information in the eventual trial. What's also very interesting is that Luigi Mangione asked to not answer any questions at that time, which also kind of leads one to believe that, you know, his rights might have been violated.
And of course, his backpack, that was searched without a warrant. They didn't get a warrant until several hours later. So is that going to be an issue?
Yeah, that's another complicated question. There's a kind of arm's length philosophy that's sort of used in the law, where if it's found to be on his back or in his hands or something like that, and the officer is in fear, then it's reasonable to, at that point in time, immediately under exigent circumstances, search that bag. But if it's far away, they could have waited and gotten a search warrant. So I think that's really going to be a question of fact, and I think the judge is really going to have to grapple with this issue because it's a tough one. It's going to be a close call.
Thank you so much, Robin, for your time and your input. And of course, the judge will make a decision on this possibly next week. We're going to go into next week. Again, Luigi Mangione is sick, so court was canceled today. It will resume on Monday. Back to you.
Michelle Ross, thank you for that report. A new judge has been assigned in the trial of the man accused of killing Eitan Pates back in 1979. Pedro Hernandez has been serving a 25-year sentence for the death of the 6-year-old. But his conviction was overturned in July after an appeals court ruled the trial judge gave incorrect instructions to the jury back in 2017. Eitan disappeared in 1979 on his way to school, and his remains have never been found. Hernandez worked in the same Soho neighborhood. He's going to trial for a 3rd time, and the next hearing will be on December the 19th. A 29-year-old woman has died after an overnight fatal car crash in the Longwood section of the Bronx. Police say just after 4:30 a.m. they received a 911 call of a collision at Bruckner and Sheridan Boulevards. They're telling us that the woman was driving a white Infiniti sedan eastbound on Bruckner Boulevard. It struck a white box truck and a tractor trailer. The woman was taken to Lincoln Hospital, where she was pronounced dead. 2 passengers in her car were also taken to the hospital. They are in stable condition. The driver of the box truck and the tractor trailer were also taken to the hospital. They are in stable condition. The redistricting fight in Texas getting a big boost from the Supreme Court. Coming up, details on a new ruling that could give Republicans an edge in Congress.
On the
The United States Supreme Court ruling Texas can use a congressional map that is favorable to Republicans in 2026. A lower court previously ruling the map likely discriminates on the basis of race. With conservative justices in the majority, the court acted on an emergency request from Texas for quick action because qualifying in the new districts already has begun, with primary elections set for March. The Supreme Court's order puts the 2-1 ruling blocking the map on hold until at least after the High Court issues its final decision in the case. The Department of Homeland Security touting an ICE crackdown in New Orleans, saying they've arrested dozens of illegal immigrants in just 24 hours on the ground. But their presence also creating tensions. And on Thursday, they boiled over at a city council meeting. Fox's Mike Tobin has more from New Orleans.
Look what your money is going towards.
The tension over Border Patrol raids in New Orleans spilled over into a city council meeting on Thursday as Operation Catahoula Crunch intensifies. Dozens of protesters showed up and began yelling, some shouting shame and coward at city leaders as they feel they haven't done enough to resist the new immigration enforcement.
You have to leave. Exit.
Police were called in to restore order, removing some protesters by force. Council members say they understand the frustration and they're doing everything they can to help immigrant communities.
The idea that anyone would say that all communities in this city feel safe is completely false and detached from reality.
But the Trump administration says its new strategy is working. Dozens of illegal immigrants have been arrested in just the past 24 hours, including some of the worst offenders that should have been deported years ago.
Individuals that were violent criminals that were released out onto those streets, and we've picked them up and we're going to bring them to justice.
Immigrant rights are under attack. What do we do? Stand up, fight back.
It's the same story in Minnesota, where local leaders are vowing to resist a new ICE crackdown on the Somali community.
We will not allow a president or any person invoke hate, to attack or single out any community.
But the ramped-up enforcement is already showing results. At least 12 arrests so far, and the president says there will be many more to come.
Most of those people, they have destroyed Minnesota, okay?
Here in New Orleans, activists plan to hold a major protest and march across the city on Saturday. In New Orleans, Mike Tobin, Fox News.
All right, let's turn now to the weather to see what is in store for us this afternoon. Meteorologist Mike Wood standing by at the Weather Center. Mike, we have been told day after day the temperatures are dropping, and today I feel like they hit the floor.
Yeah, they did. They did. In fact, we had a couple of record low temperatures this morning for LaGuardia as well as Newark, either tied or set for us this morning. And it looks like this is the worst of it. Let's get to your weather headlines here, Teresa and everyone. First of all, we had sun out there early and it was really cold, but now the clouds are increasing, still cold. In fact, there are some snow showers down to the south, just real light snow showers and flurries in South Jersey. A rain-snow mix wants to head into the core of the Tri-State region later on this evening and into tonight, which could lead to some slick travel also later this evening into tonight and tomorrow morning. Our temperatures this morning, yeah, this is where we bottomed out. 20 degrees was your low temp in the city in Central Park, and the record low for Central Park is 11. So we didn't do it here, but LaGuardia as well as JFK, looks like you may have tied or set it. We dropped it 2 below for you in Monticello, so it was a cold start. We've got that cold Arctic air in place, but what's going on is we've got an area of low pressure passing by to the south, and that's what kicked up the moisture, brought the snow together. You may have seen some of the pictures from Washington, D.C., snow that's actually accumulating there into South Jersey. It's more like light snow and flurries, not accumulating, at least not nearly as much, but some of that's trying to get in this direction. 28 degrees out at Central Park right now. Newark, same number. Temps dropped off. Well, it depends on where you are, but between 7 to 14 degrees colder now than it was 24 hours ago, so you can notice that change. We also have that wind from the east at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Still makes it feel like we're only at 20 degrees Central Park and 25, so it's still got that cold fall feel. It feels more like we're in the middle of January or February. But here's the futurecast. As we roll it forward, it stays dry during the day. High temp in the afternoon comes up to about 32, 33. Look what's happening there in the overnight hours. A quick little rain-snow mix is happening at a time when, generally speaking, most folks are probably asleep. It's late tonight after midnight into very early before daybreak tomorrow, but it still gets in and out and could make for an icy condition for tomorrow morning if you're trying to get around. And then after that, it just stays cool for a bit. Snow totals in the end, out of this whole thing, we're talking about maybe a coating to a half an inch, makes for some slick travel. After that, we've got some mild temps for the weekend. Small shower chance comes through on Sunday. Teresa, well, more on what's going on beyond that in a bit.
All right, Mikey, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, next to noon, 2 of the biggest names in film and TV could soon be under one banner. Did you hear about this? Details on Netflix's blockbuster deal to buy one of Hollywood's biggest studios.
I'm Ultima Moore.
A blockbuster $72 billion deal shaking up the streaming world. Netflix is buying Warner Brothers Discovery, the Hollywood studio behind mega franchises like Harry Potter and Friends. It'll put two of the biggest names in film and TV under one roof. Warner Brothers has been fielding offers since October when its board of directors voted to move forward with the sale. The sale could take 12 to 18 months to close, but it is expected to draw antitrust scrutiny from lawmakers. Well, it appears there are two distinct types of holiday shoppers this year. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that the wealthy with money to burn are looking to high-end shops for high-quality gifts, and everybody else is looking for the deals and pinching pennies. The report notes that even moderate-income shoppers are still looking for and are waiting on the best values and the best promotional deals. The National Retail Federation says half of customers surveyed said discounts and promotions are driving their buying decisions. Amazon bringing back its annual Thank My Driver holiday program. Customers can show appreciation by tipping their delivery driver $5, but the tip won't cost you a penny. Amazon will give it as a bonus. Customers can either use an Alexa device and say, "Thank my driver," or they could go online or on the app and search "Thank my driver." And I feel like by the number of times I've said this, people's Alexa machines are probably going off in their house. The tip will go to the most recent delivery driver. I'm sorry. Next at noon, more on the 2026 FIFA World Cup draw excitement. We are live from Times Square, where fans are braving the cold to watch it all unfold. And then later at noon, we're going to take a deep dive into Pantone's Color of the Year 2026. It is? Well, we'll tell you when we come back.
Many jobs are available with the City of New York today. Get connected to career opportunities as a teacher, school nurse, correction officer, taxi inspector, and more. Whether you're starting out or looking for a change, there's a place for you with the City of New York. Start right now at deliveringforyou.nyc or call 212-386-5000. Hiring professionals are waiting to help.
Work with NYC is where you're meant to be.
Deliveringforyou.nyc.
Well, welcome back to the noon. It's 12:30 now. We've got a lot more coming up here. We're going to head back out live to Times Square to chat with some fans who are watching the FIFA World Cup draw. Plus, Pantone Color of the Year is out. We're going to find out why the Pantone Color Institute chose Cloud Dancer for 2026. But first, let's get another live look outside. Boy, oh boy, it's a chilly one. Welcome to December in New York. Let's bring in meteorologist Mike Woods. He's at the Weather Center for us. This isn't even the worst of it, right? It's going to get colder?
Well, this is the worst day, but, I mean, it's not even winter yet either.
I know.
By the way, yeah, it's still fall. So, I mean, you can think of it that way, but yes, this is definitely colder than normal here, Teresa, but we did not set records, at least not for Central Park. We were talking about record lows this morning, and you can see what the record low for Central Park is. It's 11 degrees. We made it down to about 20, so no records, but it's more colder than normal by about 15 degrees. Average high today should be 47. We're getting up to about 32, 33. This is the other thing that we're keeping an eye on. An area of low pressure down over the southeast is actually throwing moisture up in this direction through the mid-Atlantic in toward the nation's capital and South Jersey, and including some snow, light snow for South Jersey, but only a little tiny bit of that is making it all the way down to the ground, down in the nation's capital. It's actually accumulating there. For us here, where we're still waiting on it, area of low pressure needs to get a little closer, but tonight it will have a little something for us. 28 out at Central Park right now. That's your current temperature. Still well below freezing there, 30 degrees in Islip, with our dew points still quite low as well. See how the dew points are in the single digits and the low teens? With that being the case, it indicates the air is dry. So even if you do start to get some snow in the area, it'll get soaked up and evaporate in the atmosphere on the way from the cloud to the ground, so you don't see it. Winds are coming in from the east at around 3 to 7 miles per hour, and making it feel like 23 Central Park and 18 degrees for you in White Plains. But this is the area of low pressure, which is pulling that moisture in our direction. We have the cold Arctic air here. As it gets a little closer later on this evening and into tonight, that's when it has its best chance to try to kick up a few showers. There's not much, but a little something breaks out after midnight until about daybreak tomorrow. Then it scoots out of here, so we're probably not going to get much as far as accumulation is concerned, but it's cold, below freezing, and throw a little bit of moisture on top of that. Things could get slick come tonight into tomorrow morning. Other than that, the next cold front that comes through won't be here until later on Sunday, and that one only has a very small chance of bringing us some rain showers, and that would be rain. All right, so today, yes, a cloudy sky, a high temp pretty much will make it up to 32. Temps will hold steady tonight. Look out for that slick condition. Try to come together, but then it's out of here, and we're good till we get to Wednesday and Thursday of next week, when another rain snow chance comes through, getting closer and closer to winter, feeling like it right now. Teresa?
Yeah, I'd like to get closer and closer to spring and summer.
You and me both. Let's go.
But we got to go through one to get to the other. All right, Mike, thanks. We appreciate it. All right, the 2026 FIFA World Cup draw underway, and the world is watching, and that includes right here in the Big Apple, where fans are bundled up to watch all the excitement in Times Square. And that's where we find Tina Savasio. She, too, is bundled up in Times Square, and she joins us with what is happening. Hey, Tina.
Hey there, Teresa. So in just moments here in Times Square, all of the soccer fans that have gathered at this U.S. Soccer and New York, New Jersey World Cup Host Committee party, we're going to be watching the World Cup draw live from the Kennedy Center on the screen that's behind me. But just moments ago, I had the opportunity to speak with Matt Freese. He is the goalkeeper for not just NYC FC, New York City FC, right here in our hometown, but also for the U.S. men's national team. And here is what Matt had to say about today's draw and looking forward to this summer's World Cup.
It's exciting, you know, but it's totally out of my hands, totally out of our hands, and you know, I'm more just focused on beating whoever we get.
You're just coming off NYCFC's season, and what a great run you guys had, and now you're getting your mindset to make that U.S. national team roster. What is it like for you the next couple of months?
Yeah, the next couple of months, you really just focus on the day-to-day. I'm not thinking too much about next summer. I'm really, you know, right now I'm focused on rehabbing and, you know, recovering a little bit after a long, you know, 11-month season, and then after 2 weeks, I'll be right back in the gym, thinking about the day-to-day that eventually will get me to next summer, hopefully.
Amazing. What is so key about some of those friendlies you guys will have before the World Cup?
Yeah, I mean, some fantastic opponents that we're playing against, you know, top teams across the globe, and so you know, it's an opportunity for us to test ourselves against the best and hopefully beat the best.
And can you believe, though, that the World Cup is actually going to be here next summer? You're right in our country, right in this state right now. What are your thoughts about all of that?
I mean, it's amazing. It's a dream come true, and to be involved in this group, you know, hopefully next summer as well, when the World Cup is at home and, you know, in our country it's really more than a dream come true, because when I was dreaming about this when I was a kid, I didn't know that it was going to be here in America.
And just a key fact, just remember that the U.S. men's national team final World Cup roster does not come out until May. But I've got guys on a soccer roster right behind me from Emerson, New Jersey, the Emerson Cavlos soccer team. They are here to watch the World Draw. Guys, well, USA, let's go. What do we do? Who cheer for?
USA! USA!
They are ready to see who USA will play in Group D and the rest of the World Cup draw, Teresa. It is a party here in Times Square, but everybody's pretty intense onto waiting to see when those nations are called. For now, I'm live in Times Square. Back to you in the studio.
Yeah, my takeaway when you were telling us all the different groupings last time was we don't want A. We want like every other letter but A.
Yeah, those are the ones to watch. D is for the U.S. and then CEIL are the teams that will play at MetLife Stadium for the group stage.
You got it, Tina. Thank you. We appreciate it. All right, next at noon, keeping score on and off the field. A New Rochelle senior reflecting on being named one of the best soccer players in the state. We'll have his story coming up.
Attention.
Well, you don't have to travel far to find one of the nation's top high school soccer players. In this installment of Good Sports, Richard Giacobas introduces us to the New Rochelle senior who was just named New York State Public High School Player of the Year for his division.
At New Rochelle High School, there are soccer players, and then there's Hero Velasquez, team captain and goalie for the Huguenots, New Rochelle High's varsity soccer team, a team that finished the season 14-2-3 with Hero in a league of his own.
I try to focus a lot, but I feel like some of it might be just talent, I guess.
This humble 18-year-old who couldn't make it back from a Maryland soccer tournament spoke with us via Zoom one day after he was named Section 1 Boys Soccer Player of the Year in all of New York State.
They just couldn't believe it.
Everything is about moving quickly, like 2-3 touches, everything moves quick, and we get it to the other side.
His coach, Yadajon Garcia, was named League Coach of the Year. Garcia has been grooming Hero since he first met him as an 8th grader. He was trying out for varsity at just 13 before finally making the team in his freshman year.
Ended up alternating starts between the senior goalie and Harrell as a freshman all through the season because Harrell was that talented as a freshman.
Hedo played his first game here on the Huguenots turf field back 4 years ago as a freshman. And he took the field, and one of his first major plays, he kicked the soccer ball from here at the 67-yard line all the way into that goal in one shot. And it was at that moment that Coach Garcia knew that the Huguenots were going to be okay for the next 4 years.
He hit the post, and the ball bounced out about 20 yards, and we were just amazed at his accuracy and, you know, his strength as a freshman.
He was always tough on us, but it was like because he wanted us to get better, and he also wanted to get better.
Angel Magana was co-captain with Hedo this year. Watching his fellow captain score 5 goals with 4 assists as a goalie not only stunned Angel and his teammates, but then came the admiration.
Having an 18-year-old, a high school student in that position of power, in that position of leadership, where he has to deal with such a diverse group of students, and to be able to bring them together, to have them work together and accomplish what we've accomplished.
Hedo's time as a Huguenot has come to an end. He moves on to Iona University just down the road next fall to continue his soccer dreams. But his legacy on this turf lives on, and maybe one day he can add to the school's collection of trophies and bring home the gold from what would be his ultimate dream, playing in the FIFA World Cup.
The last couple months that I played high school, I realized how many people look up to me and admire me. It's a great feeling.
Hedo Velasquez is still leaving it all on the field in New Rochelle. Richard Giacovas, Fox 5 News.
Very cool. All right, like Christmas and birthdays, it's an annual tradition. Next at noon, we're going to take a deep dive into Pantone's Color of the Year 2026. Plus, what are you doing this weekend? If you need plans, we have you covered in our weekend preview.
Hi, Mom.
Since 1999, Pantone has announced the Pantone Color of the Year on the first Thursday in February. This year, the company is keeping alive the tradition with the announcement of the Pantone Color of the Year 2026. It is Pantone 114201, which, by the way, goes by another name, Cloud Dancer, a lofty white color whose air-rated presence acts as a whisper of calm and peace in a noisy world. Joining us now is Lori Pressman. She is the Vice President of the Pantone Color Institute. My goodness, that's a lot. Hi.
I know. Hi.
Thank you for being here.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Lori's even wearing our color of the year as well.
Of course.
So first, talk to us a little bit about Cloud Dancer. What a creative name.
It's a great name because think about the name. When you hear the name of a color, you automatically conjure up a vision and a mood. And when you think about a color named Cloud Dancer, all of a sudden you're above the clouds. And even that in and of itself gives you that feeling of serenity. So while some may say, I think it's a white, it's not quite a white. It's a natural white. So it's a white with cool and warm undertones, so it goes with everything and anything. And it's just one of those white shades. It's a natural color, as I said, that's just airy and open and really lends itself to the disconnection and the calm and the tranquility and serenity that I think we're all looking for
When
today.
I first saw it, I thought to myself, but wait a second, isn't white all the colors combined?
Well, yes and no, because it depends on the context in which you think about it. And there's so many different kinds of white. You could have a white that's a blue white that's very cold. You could have a white that has a little bit more yellow or a little bit more pink, which is a lot warmer. This sits right in the middle. And at a time when people are looking for tactility and humanity and things that connect us, you don't want a white that's so cold. You want something that really can go with natural woods and stone and can also work with every other color, whether it's the kitchen or in the living room, or what you're wearing. Look
or
at
even
you.
play. Yeah, even play.
Yeah,
so
even
the idea, I think, is to take the Pantone color of the year and to be able to infuse it into our lives.
Absolutely.
And that's what you've tried to do here. So let's start by talking about some of the objects that you've purchased or brought with us today.
So, take a whiff of that.
Ooh, that's it has a citrus scent to it.
Yes.
And it's very light.
Yes, floral notes, also some woody notes. And again, think about how you want to feel when you walk into your home. You want to decompress, you want to relax, and a scent like this is all about quieting the mind, so really setting the tone and setting the mood.
And do you put, is this considered Cloud Dancer white? Would we
Slightly,
okay, but
but it's really about the scent. More than anything, it's about the scent.
So this might be something that you have in your living room. Then it's even appropriate for the kids. I mean, we have some Play-Doh here.
It's great for the kids. This is a color, first of all, that goes with everything. And when we think
Play-Doh, Play-Doh's so
I
great to play with.
I know. Yeah. You think about it. This is all about, again, this whole idea of decompressing, airiness, open up your mind to imagination. And this is all about imaginative play and exploring the possibilities. And really, that's what Cloud Dancer is about, to reset. Open your mind, think of new ways to do things.
Like giving kids a blank piece of paper and saying,
yes,
do with it what you will.
Yes, a blank canvas.
Right. All right, so now this is something that you could bring to the office as well, right? So this is a Post-it note. Who doesn't love a Post-it note?
Yep. All about inviting creativity. Again, thinking above those clouds, opening your imagination to think of things that you haven't thought of before in bold new ways.
I see a white pillow or a white-ish pillow, and I think, ooh, the marker and the things that would get on this to make it more rainbow by the end of the day than white. But it is very calming to see something like this.
And what I see is an expansive presence and an airy and light-filled presence in the home. So again, when you walk in, you just want to be able to decompress, disconnect, relax. And no one's saying that it just has to be the white. This is a color, again, that pairs with anything and everything. So bring on those blankets, bring on those other pillows.
Bring on those markers, start to color.
No,
just kidding.
But that's the beauty of this color. I mean, we've been seeing this. This is why we select the color. It's a color we see showing up all across design in so many different places in so many different ways. But it doesn't have to just be on its own.
Yeah,
that's
it can be
the
the
beauty
accent.
of it. Exactly, it can be the accent.
Lori, thank you for coming. We appreciate it. And we are excited to dig into the serene side. We'll be back right after this. Stay with us.
There's
right, let's dig into some entertainment headlines. There's a new Men in Black film in the works. Deadline reporting that Bad Boys for Life writer Chris Bremer is working and writing on a script for the sci-fi comedy franchise. Insiders are saying that the outlet won't say if it's clear or not if Will Smith will take part in the film, but he would be one of the first to get the script in hopes that he will reprise the role of Agent J. No word if Agent J would even be the lead character or if he's passing the torch to some new agents. Sony Pictures had no comment. We're getting a sneak peek at Peacock's new comedy series, The Burbs.
How long has the house been empty?
20 years.
You don't think that's weird? They had a daughter who
died.
In the house?
The 8-episode series stars Keke Palmer and Jack Whitehall. It's an adaptation of the 1989 horror comedy sci-fi film starring Tom Hanks and Carrie Fisher. The series follows a young couple who relocates to the husband's childhood home. A new neighbor moves in and old secrets of the cul-de-sac come to light, along with new deadly threats. All episodes of The Burbs will premiere on February the 11th. Well, move over, Barbie. Vin Diesel's set to bring another beloved toy to life on screen. The actor has signed on to create a live-action film based on the Rock'em Sock'em Robots toy. Diesel has not only agreed to star in the movie, he's also going to be writing the script, and he's a producer. Not much is known about the project other than it'll feature the two Rock'em Sock'em characters known as Red Rocker and Blue Bomber. And if you're looking for weekend plans, we have you covered from sports to music to family fun. Ryan Christopher has a rundown of what's going on around the Tri-State this weekend.
Sunday, it's the first ever Racket at the Rock. See some of the biggest tennis stars in the world right in New Jersey, with reigning U.S. Open champion Carlos Alcaraz taking on American Frances Tiafoe. And on the women's side, Amanda Anisimova going head-to-head against Jessica Pegula. It's all going down at Prudential Center. Saturday night at the Beacon Theater, Devin Allman and Dwayne Betts are keeping the family sound alive with the Allman Betts Family Revival.
I put my life into my job and I know I'm in trouble.
Saturday night on Long Island, Nigerian superstar Burna Boy brings his No Sign of Weakness tour to UBS Arena. And Sunday at UBS, Pentatonics brings their sensational sound on the Christmas in the City tour.
Celebrating Christmas in the city. New York, New York, Chicago, Seattle, it's San Francisco, LA, Philly.
Saturday on Governor's Island at 4:30 and 5:30 p.m. Check out the candlelight concerts at QC Spa. Enjoy holiday-inspired tunes in QC Spa's heated pools surrounded by candlelight. And if you're looking for something new to try out with the kids, experience the immersive Clownfish XR at American Dream in New Jersey. Kids can adventure through their favorite fairy tales, encouraging reading and STEM in a unique way. And Sunday, the New York Times newspaper truck is getting a sweet makeover as a cookie truck celebrating Cookie Week, making stops in Greenpoint from 9 to 10 a.m., Dumbo from 11 to noon, and Long Island City from 1 to 2 p.m., featuring sweet treats from local bakers. Ryan Christopher, Fox 5 News.
That looks good. All right, still ahead on the noon, his heartbreaking story went massively viral this week. And now it looks like the hard-working elderly veteran who captured the hearts of the internet will get the retirement that he has always dreamed of. We'll have the details coming up.
Life's too short.
88-year-old Army vet forced out of retirement gets a little help from the online community. Edmund Bambus says his monthly pension payout isn't enough to live on, and he now works 5 days a week. But 2 social media influencers heard about his story, and they started a fundraiser to help him retire.
Inspiring for me personally to see his story and see what he does every day. I think everyone around the world is kind of seeing the same thing now.
Drumroll please. As of last night, they raised more than $1.6 million for him. What a great story. That's our show. But before we go, we do want to remind you, Fox 5 is your home for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. We're going to have stories and features leading up to the big event, and you can tune into the World Cup draw right now on Fox 5, plus streaming on the free Fox local app. Have a wonderful day. We'll leave you with one last live look at the watch party in Times Square, and we will see you back here on Monday. Have a great and safe weekend.